If Caleb struggles again this year.
First, let me say this, and I would guess you guys are thinking the same things when you read this stuff or listen to these stuff. And I've often said, look, football players are way smarter than a lot of them get credit for, because knowing the playbook, how complex things are, is a lot. But when you read this stuff about what Ben Johnson wants to do and what Caleb has to pick up, I mean, they're writing it like it's rocket science. You know, like he's going to get 4 plays in the huddle, insane. And he'll go to the front line of scrimmage. Look at but it just does show how much he has to grow. So I definitely expect him to struggle at times in the beginning of the year. Look, last year he had some moments. He had some real moments, right, where he looked great. A lot of 300-plus yard games. So I expect to see some of that, but some struggles. But I have to say, Nick, I am not he was on my making the leap list last week. I do expect him to, second half of the season, last 2/3 or whatever of the season, really start improving and playing really well. But I am not at the point where I will be surprised if he struggles.
The whole year?
Yeah, like it's up and down and you're not sure what he is. Like when I say Victor Wembanyama is going to be great, there's not an inkling of doubt in my mind. Last year when I said Mahomes is going to be great last season, win the MVP, there was not an inkling of doubt. Now I was wrong, but there wasn't any doubt.
Yep.
Now, when I say that about Caleb, I have some questions. I think he'll be really good, but I do have some questions. And Nick, part of me feels like, are we patronizing Caleb? Because any other first, number 1 pick, second year in the league, good team around you, really good offensive mind, I feel like we would be like, he's got to be great this year.
It was the expectations. I know you guys.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's the case right now. It was the expectation
for Trevor in year 2, and he delivered in year 2.
Well,
he did in year 2.
I mean, he was fine. You act like he wasn't like great.
I mean, he's 7th in MVP voting, so I don't know. Maybe there's 6 guys better than him. I'm just telling you what he was. They won.
I bet he was in the top 7.
Right, exactly. And Sam Darnold was great last year. Yeah, he was. I mean, I'm just
he was great last year.
And we can relitigate what it's been for Trevor since then, but year 2 went the way it was supposed to for a number 1 pick. It was exactly what you're starting with Caleb.
He was good.
Yeah, where it was a little.
He went from 3-14 to the playoffs.
Yeah, it was a little rocky early on with Doug, and then you guys don't like when I split the season, but then he took off at the second half of the year and they won a playoff game. And you felt great about it. It then went sideways after they didn't have that cart to take him off the field, and you worry that his body's never been the same. But I have a prediction. And I think Brew is going to be open to this.
Okay.
You're not going to predict it like I will, but you're not going to say it's off the board. Mm. By the end of this season, Caleb Williams will be by many considered the best quarterback in his division. I think Jared Goff is going to suffer a bit from the lack of Ben Johnson. As much as you don't like Ben Johnson, the head coach, you loved Ben Johnson, the coordinator. And the early reports out of that training camp are that transition's been a little rocky. And I think we're going to see a fair amount of J-No to go along with J-Lo. And so not that he's going to have the best stats over the course, but because of how he finishes the season, because of how he looks over the final 6 weeks. Correct. Exactly right. Like how we felt Jordan Love, after his first year as the starter, a lot of people were like, I think he's the best quarterback in that division right now.
No, we're moving the goalpost too much. I'm all for updated evaluations and whatnot and drawing conclusions. People weren't just saying that Jordan Love was the best quarterback in that division. They were saying he's one of the best quarterbacks in football. And in fact, they said that final 10-game stretch, he was the best quarterback in football. That's what they said. There was massive hype. They weren't just like, well, he's the best quarterback in the division. That's not really saying a lot right now. It's really not. So we're reducing the conversation now too strongly. Now, to be fair, I will not be surprised if Caleb struggles again this year. I've been saying that for months now. I've been saying that all off season, and I kept trying to tell everyone, and it's okay for him to struggle. It's okay for him to have a year that is that looks like a rookie year. Because I said about like halfway through the season last year, I said, I'm punting the season. I do not care about anything that continues on. I was like, this season is such a mess. This franchise is such a mess. This coaching staff is such a mess. He's not learning. He's not growing. He's not developing. Mess, 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 mess. And then when they have, and then when it was official, they were going to hire Ben Johnson, et cetera, I was like, this is great. This is awesome. I'm treating Caleb Williams like he is a rookie this year, first year starter, because there was just no development. And I kept going on and on about like how it's like weightlifting and how you could weight train for 10 years and build no muscle, but then you weight train properly for 1 year and immediately gain muscle. Like, that it's just like you need high quality coaching. My dad would always say, he would always rip the saying, practice makes perfect. Because he would say, you could practice doing the wrong thing, and it doesn't mean you're perfect. He would say, perfect practice makes perfect. He would always say that, perfect practice makes perfect. And it's true. It's true. And so Caleb has to unlearn a lot of stuff. He has to learn a lot of stuff. He has to grow. He has to develop. He's going to struggle. He's going to make mistakes. There's going to be some issues. And that's okay. That's absolutely, positively okay. So, I mean, like, I don't know. And it's just to now try to be like, to act like just saying, well, listen, I thought that he was going to be a MVP candidate and in the Super Bowl to, I think we can say that he's going to be the best quarterback in the division and use that as a trump card is kind of crazy. Especially when Nick does not think Jared Goff is a good quarterback. He does not think Jordan Love is a good quarterback. And he, J.J. McCarthy, it's first year, and he's kind of like, he kind of doesn't really have strong feelings one way or the other about J.J. McCarthy. So then where is that impressive then? Right? It's like saying, Jaden Daniels is better than Daniel Jones. It's like, oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Now, if Nick thought that Jordan Love was an awesome quarterback, and Jared Goff was an awesome quarterback, and that J.J. McCarthy was going to be an awesome quarterback, then yeah, then that conclusion could actually mean something. It could truly mean something. But it's like saying Trevor Lawrence is better than Will Levis. Like, okay, cool. Like, sure. So that's where we're kind of moving the goalpost, playing the shell game a little bit here. And I'll have none of it. So yeah, I mean, and I don't think it's patronizing to say that about Caleb Williams. It was a mess of a year. And Caleb's style of play, he needs to learn and grow and evolve, and that's okay. And Ben Johnson is putting a tremendous amount on his plate. And I've talked about this. This video was supposed to post already, but the timing got messed up. And by the time you're watching this, it may have already been posted. I'm recording it on the day that this should have been posted, and it was all about coaching and Ben Johnson. And there's a real chance that Ben Johnson's coaching style and philosophy in terms of what he wants from his quarterback may not work with Caleb Williams. That Caleb Williams would work a lot better with a Kevin O'Connell style offense, a Matt LaFleur style offense, Kyle Shanahan style offense. And they're different type of offense, because to be fair, Matt LaFleur and Shanahan are a lot more run first than, say, like a Kevin O'Connell. But in terms of how much they simplify an offense for their quarterback and what they ask them to do. And it's hard to 100% know unless you're like legitimately in those meetings. Some of it you have to just either listen to interviews and kind of hear some snapshots of things. But it's just, to me, Ben Johnson likes his quarterback to really make a lot of decisions. Really relies on him to calculate a lot of different things in any given moment. And there's definitely other coaches that are like, I don't want you to think at all. And we saw that out of Kevin O'Connell with Sam Darnold, who obviously thrived under that system. We've heard Shanahan literally essentially say this directly. He has a whole interview about it, which I really highly recommend you check out. John Middlecoff has it on his YouTube channel that I absolutely love and could listen to again and again and again. And it's just going to be a little different. And so that's a real possibility. I think that Caleb Williams is a quarterback who can absolutely thrive in the NFL and be great. But I do think he was more raw than I even realized coming out of the draft, coming out of college. And to me, it's clear that there's the potential for him needing a specific style to thrive. It's not to say that he can't thrive with the Ben Johnsons of the world, but if he will, it's going to take time. And that's okay. I'm going to give him time to need that. I'm going to give him the room to struggle, to make those mistakes. Like that's really what I'm trying to emphasize here. It's not to say that he can't, but if he will, it most likely will come with a lot of struggles. And so that's just going to be part of it, man. It just is. So I will not be surprised if Caleb struggles again this year. I believe that that's an incredibly high possibility, and I think it's totally okay. I really do. I don't think the sky is falling, but like I said in that other video now, Ben Johnson doesn't feel like though that he wants to deal with any of the struggles. Like that's a key point, and I won't rehash that video. Definitely check it out. It's with the Herd. Yeah, I don't get the sense that Ben Johnson's willing to go for a ride and say, all right, we're gonna struggle a little bit. Really got to help you get developed in this way. Like that doesn't sound what Ben Johnson necessarily wants. So things can get interesting in Chicago. That is for sure. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Caleb Williams? Would you be surprised if he struggles again this year? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.